Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 4 of an Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor Edition walkthrough. In the previous episode, we were about to go investigate this attack on Kilkreath Temple. Kilkreath Temple got hit by a harrowstorm, and we were just talking to Fenorian, I think is his name, the vampire we met at the beginning. And he was telling us that things were pretty bad there at the temple.
Look,
and
a priest of Meridia. Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
Yeah, see? So, he wanted me to investigate some witch pikes, and now we've met this person.
Can anybody help us?
This person from the temple.
Oh, thank Meridia. The priests and pilgrims of Kilkreath Temple. We need assistance. A great and terrible storm struck, and so many of us were lost.
What's Kilkreath Temple?
A temple dedicated to Meridia, the Lady of Light. Pilgrims come from across Skyrim to pray and seek blessings, especially at this time of the year. Please, talk to Priest Bavian. You'll find her in the nearby cave, tending to the injured.
Who's Priest Bavian?
She's the ranking priest, after High Priest Varkor. But we haven't seen the High Priest since the storm hit. Bavian led a group of us to safety. There are more priests and pilgrims out there. If you're willing to help, please talk to Bavian.
I'll talk to Priest Bavian.
The living take precedence. We should search for survivors while investigating the pikes.
Okay, sure will. See if he'll tell me anything different here.
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple.
Nah, it's the same as last time.
Another pilgrim seeking shelter from a storm? No, you don't appear to be a pilgrim. What brings you here?
I met a priest outside. He said you needed assistance.
Even in our darkest hour, Meridia provides a light. We were on our way to see High Priest Varkor when the storm hit. I've never seen such power. It raged like a thing alive. I gathered who I could, but the others are still out there.
Where do you want me to look?
Start at the stables to the northwest. I saw Acolyte Yold, Priest Irena, and Roligmorth the Pilgrim seek shelter there. If you find them, send them back here. After that, meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge to the west of the temple.
Alright, I'll look for the people you mentioned at the stables.
Look for Yold, Irena, and Roligmorth at the stables. Then meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge. I will head there after I finish caring for these injured souls. Meridia's light shine upon you, good friend.
Tell me about Kilkreath Temple.
Kilkreath Temple provides a safe haven for the priests and pilgrims of Meridia. At least it did, before this terrible storm struck. The Lady of Light has always protected us. Why today should be different, I don't understand.
Are you in charge of the temple?
No, that honor goes to our High Priest Varkor. I am but her humble assistant. She is my mentor and my friend. After you find the others, I'll meet you at the Pilgrim's Lodge, and we can search for the High Priest together.
Tell me about the storm you experienced.
We were on our way to the temple for prayers when an oily black ichor roiled in the sky. The wind picked up and red streaks of lightning struck all around us. We barely made it to the safety of this cave. The storm abated. Then the sounds started.
Sounds? What sounds?
Groans, shrieks, blood-curdling screams. It sounded like wild and feral beasts followed in the wake of the storm. I sent Priest Isofnir outside to keep watch, but I told him not to take any unnecessary risks. We're priests, not soldiers, after all.
I understand.
I could use your help to examine the strange...
That storm! It was terrifying. Oh, the others are still out there. I hope they're all right.
Priest Bavian was so brave. She led us to this cave and safety. But those noises outside... What did the storm bring with it, I wonder?
Alright, I'm gonna try to talk to all these people and see, if they say anything interesting.
When the storm struck, we ran for our lives. It was unnatural, evil. Still, I'm alive, praise Meridia.
Alright, I guess that's it. So we need to search for survivors, and we need to investigate the witch pikes. See if we can find out anything about them. Who's this? She's just laying there. I guess she's dead. It's a vampiric saber cat. It's a cooking fire right there, but I've got no materials. Can't make anything. Force shock increased to rank 2. Running out of magicka. Should have blocked that. Alright, I need to set up. Let's see if I've got any potions. Yeah, don't really have any potions. Any magicka potions. Don't have any buff food either. I'll take this health recovery food, but that's all I've got. I guess I can put this sip of health right here in case I get low on health.
It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting. An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
Alright, I'm gonna go see if there's a survivor up here.
Why has Meridia forsaken me?
Keep calm.
High Priest Vakor will find me. Meridia will save me. When things are darkest, her light shines the way. Please don't eat me.
Priest Bavarian sent me. I'm here to help.
Priest Bavian? Where's High Priest Vakor? Did those horrible creatures get her? We hid in the stables, but then Priest Arena changed. That's when I ran in here.
Go meet Priest Bavian and the others in the cave to the southeast. I'll check on Priest Arena. Got a lore book to level my mages guild. Here's a chest. Oh, why do I not have lockpicks? I haven't picked up. There's lockpicks. I thought I used lockpicks in the previous video. How did I run out? Doesn't matter. I've got some now. Homespun Hat of Magicka. That might be exactly what I need. Perfect. I've got to start wearing light armor, and if it's got magicka, that's even better. Eventually, I'm going to have to start learning light armor skills. So I need to start wearing light armor to unlock. Oh, that looks terrible. I'm going to use a costume here. I don't normally use costumes in these walkthroughs, but as a matter of fact, yeah, I'll use the one that comes with the Greymoor pre-order. So let's see. Here we go. Now I'm dressed for Skyrim weather, except I need something to put on my head, really. Okay, no helms. Alright. So my bald head's gonna be cold, but at least the rest of me will be warm. See if this is a cooking fire. Nope. Doesn't count as a cooking fire.
What happened to this poor woman? She looks distraught.
The priest's eyes stare blankly, and she doesn't respond to your greeting.
Let's look for more witch pikes. The more I can learn, the better chance I have of understanding the nature of this ritual.
Got a Meridian medallion, a symbol of dedication to Meridia, often carried by her followers. Alright, I need to find one more witch's pike. And then we'll go to Meridia's lodge, I think it said. Let's go ahead and go to this witch pike over here. Finish this quest up. Keeps disappearing on me.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken. These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the harrowstorm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
Remind me, what did we learn by examining the depleted witch pikes?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue.
What's the significance of the residue?
It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual.
Should we take a closer look at the temple now?
One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Alright, let's go check on the pilgrims. Okay, I'll come back to this place right here, the Pilgrim's Lodge. Come back after I go to the cart. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to him.
Pilgrims headed south along the main...
Alright, I don't see any pilgrims. Oh, there's one.
Strange. They're alive but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items.
Dust and ashes. The only evidence that the smuggled funerary urns were in this hidden compartment is the dusting of ash inside.
Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
The crate was empty except for some dust and ash.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
Should we check on the temple now?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Alright, let's head to the temple now. I say that, but actually, I'm gonna go to this lodge first. Then we'll go to the temple. about run out of magicka. Oh, that was a player. Sorry. Is that a vampire over there? Ah, they're running away.
Acolyte Ivina, please, wake up.
No visible damage despite its proximity to the eye of the storm.
Acolyte Ivina can't hear me. She's standing right here, but she's gone.
That acolyte, just like the priest Irena at the stables.
Is this what would have happened to all of us if I hadn't gotten the others into the cave? I tried to heal Ivina, but Meridia's light had no effect. But what was that about Priest Irena and the stables?
I found the people you sent me for. Hilt is safe, Roligmolf is dead, and the other...
Is like poor Ivina.
Yeah.
We must find High Priest Varkor. If anyone is powerful enough to cure this unnatural ailment, it will be her. Meridia willing. We'll find the High Priest and everyone else safe in the temple.
Alright, let's head to the temple. See, that's much better. Now we can all go to the temple together. Homespun hat. Perfect. Just what I needed. Oh, wait, I've already got a hat. Yeah, that's not... I don't need that. I'm gonna go ahead and put on these gloves, even though they have no enchantment. Wish I had an enchantment to put on them. Let's see, does Jasmine Tea give me magicka? Increases magicka recovery. Alright, I'll go ahead and use that. Been having trouble running out of magicka. I can hear the harrow fiends outside. So many provisioning supplies. Gonna be making all kinds of food. And then a cooking fire? Oh, why can't that be a cooking fire? Yeah. Sure would be nice if that was a cooking fire. But no such luck.
We need to find High Priest Varkor. Let's head to the temple.
Alright, I'm going.
Oh, Ivina.
Let's see, how far do we go before the next level? We're about halfway there.
By Meridia's light, so many dead.
Yeah.
How could Meridia let this happen to her faithful?
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them.
Yeah. Very sad.
These were good people, devout followers. How could Meridia let this happen?
I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into harrow fiends, and leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims.
So what do we do next?
Head to the temple and help Bavian. See what else you can learn inside. I'd accompany you, but Meridia doesn't approve of my kind, and I'd rather not get on her bad side. In the meantime, I'll finish up out here.
What else do you need to do out here?
I'll take samples from the harrow fiends, and try to determine how the storm killed these people. Later, we can retrieve my alchemical equipment from where I hid it so I can analyze the residue. I didn't want to carry fragile instruments into danger.
Alright, now I have an option here. I can either go and help Bavian like he asked me to, or I can tell him that I'm going to come with him to get his instruments, and then I'll come back later. So you can choose which quest you want to do first and which one you want to do afterwards, but I'm going to do what he suggested and go into the temple. Alright, I'll help Bavian and return for you soon. By the way, there was a harrowstorm behind him. You could see it behind him the whole time. It looks like they destroyed it as we were talking to him. Now that's funny. This is, Oh, it's still showing the quest anyway. It still pops the quest up anyway, regardless of what you tell him. That's kind of dumb.
Monsters in this holy place. We need to find the temple priests. Vampires have overrun the temple. How is this possible? Our master hates the undead. We need to search the temple, make sure the temple priest and her acolytes are safe. Then we must find the high priest and pray she can help us end this nightmare.
Okay. How can she tell vampires have overrun it? There were no vampires. I guess because other players killed them.
Poor Laurel. Take his Meridian medallion so we can remember his sacrifice.
Alright.
Poor Larelvor held such promise. His faith in Meridia was so strong. How could he have died this way?
I don't know, lady. I'm just a Nightblade who steals from people and sneaks around and stabs people in the back. I don't know anything about all that. gods and light and all that kind of stuff. Can't help you there.
Priest Babian! Our own brethren have turned against us! They've become monsters!
Calm yourself, Akbar.
I'm safe in here, but the rest of the temple... it's overrun with monsters. Worse, they're our own priests and pilgrims. I saw one pilgrim attack poor Larolvor, ripped at his flesh with her teeth.
Did the storm cause your brethren to change?
The storm? I hadn't thought of that. Terrible things started happening after it began, though. This may be heresy to say, but Meridia has abandoned us. She doesn't care what happens to this place. I'm going to stay here until the danger's past.
You should leave the temple before those creatures find you.
Who's there? Is that you, High Priest?
Our own brethren, like vicious animals. We must find the others.
Well, there's not much opposition in here. Somebody has come through and killed everybody before we got here.
Tria! Molazu!
Molazu gave me no choice, Bavian. I swear it.
Poor Krobel. Torn apart by one of our own. I don't know how it's possible. But the storm is to blame. It's turned both priest and pilgrim alike into some sort of fiend. We need to keep searching.
Just this morning, we were debating the mysteries of the colored rooms. Now he's gone. He attacked me. He tried to devour me. I had no choice but to kill him. To kill a cherished student.
Did he show any signs before he attacked you?
Signs? Do you want to know if he announced his intentions before he turned into a ravenous beast? No. Nothing. One moment he was fine. The next, he was a monster. The High Priest took the survivors and fled to the catacombs. You need to help them.
We'll go to the catacombs. You need to get out of here.
Priest Armin? Oh, wait. Follow me. He fled into the vestry.
Wait, I gotta check over here. No, nothing over there? Okay.
Armin, please. You don't want to do this.
Sounds like she's being attacked by somebody, but I can't find her. Well, where is she?
They're mad, beyond all reason. Even in this temple, Meridia's light does nothing to help those afflicted with this feral curse. We need to reach the catacombs and find High Priest Varkor.
How do we reach the catacombs?
The catacombs can be accessed from deeper within the temple. We just need to get the key from the Chamberlain's sanctum. I think I know why The High Priest went to the catacombs. It's not only a defensible location, it's where our relic is kept.
What relic?
Meridia's Brilliance. It has the power to channel her light and purge the temple of this corruption. At least, I hope it does. High Priest Varkor wouldn't just hide in the catacombs. She must have a plan to save us.
I'll get to the Chamberlain's sanctum and find the key. Ah, blocked it that time. Normally I get hit by those. It's a mag sork with a Daedric pet. Should level soon. No, don't want the torch bug. I don't fish. Ah, still no new lore books. I'm close to the power I seek. The Nords and their insipid burial sites leave the dead open for pillaging and pilfering by any fool with a sword. It is a wonder that the tombs scattered across this frozen land have anything left of value in them after all these centuries. But this went beyond all of my hopes and expectations. The dragon priests of Nord legend possess masks that bestow incredible power upon the wearer. The challenge, of course, is separating each from its owner. The priest in this particular ruin, who I came to know as Mordecai, is kept sealed in restless slumber by protective wards. I must first crack these before I can unearth the dragon priest himself. The lumbering undead in this ruin seem blind to the very presence of the warding fires, suggesting that they cannot affect them in any way. I, however, am no skeleton or shambling corpse. It shall not be an overly difficult task to undo the magic on the warding flames, with a precise application of the proper reversal spells. And unless the Draugr start learning how to light torches and manage to trip into one of the braziers, the flames will stay extinguished long enough for me to finish the job. Alright, that was interesting. That was not a lore book. That has something to do with this area, I believe. Chamberlain's key box. Catacombs key. This key opens the door to the catacombs beneath Kilkreath Temple. Got a blueprint. Orcus trunk braced.
Down here. Did you find the key that opens the catacombs?
I did. That hurt.
Did you retrieve the key from the Chamberlain's sanctum? We need it to open the door to the catacombs.
I have the key.
Perfect. There are only 2 keys that I know of, and the High Priest has the other one. Now open the door, and let's find High Priest Varkor.
All right.
Oh no. Even the catacombs are corrupted.
What is this? Some kind of statue. Statue of a guy blowing a horn.
The High Priest! With them! Retrieve the relic, and we can escape through the old air shaft.
I guess that was the boss, and I came in right as other players were killing him. Meridia's Brilliance, a relic from the Kilkreath Temple that glows with Meridia's light.
This way, my friend. Let's meet back in the cave.
If you're done assisting Bavian, we should gather my equipment and begin studying that alchemical residue. Otherwise, I'll keep a low profile and wait for you here.
No, let's go get your gear, man. Let's do it. Ah, Fenorian's fighting those people. Those vampires. Ah, it was a vampire fighting a bear. I should have just let them kill each other. Really wish I had some magicka potions.
That's close enough, Leech.
Wait! I'm not part of the Coven!
Alright, level 5. I got some health rings. I want to morph Strife if I can. Morph it into Swallow Soul. This will increase damage drastically, it says. And heal is decreased and only targets self. So, it won't heal me as much as it did, but it'll do more damage, which is good. And then I need Grand Healing. Where is Grand Healing? I'm not going to be able to get Grand Healing yet because that is a Restoration Staff skill. I haven't found a Restoration Staff yet. I need to get one soon. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see, what is Gift of Magnus? Increases your max magicka by 825. I'll take that.
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you.
That's Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. He's investigating the Ice Reach Coven, just like us.
House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a Coven Witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her.
A Coven Witch? Where?
On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on. If we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
I'll meet you up there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade?
Sure. Alright, I've got two options here. The story's kind of splitting into two different directions, but I'm going to go with this one. Veiled Strike can now be morphed. I'll morph that one next.
Not even harrowed. It seems the ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Willing sacrifices. How nice.
Sacrifice? I'd rather give you my axe, witch.
Hoped you could take her prisoner. No matter.
Oops. We were supposed to let him question her first.
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
Sorry, Fenorian. I got a little trigger happy.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter. They exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that matched the energy used in the storm ritual. These other fragments, though.
Other fragments?
All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the harrowstorms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessels.
Larger vessels?
Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witchpike residue, an answer will suggest itself.
Come to Solitude with us. There must be a place there where you can set up your equipment.
Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report.
Do you have a location in mind?
I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolnir's a dying breed among the Nords, a practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her.
What makes you think old Mjolnir can help?
Mjolnir's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here. At least one who doesn't want to feed our eyes to a harpy.
Yeah, I understand. Where is Morthal?
Western Skyrim consists of 3 Hodes: Hafengar, Hjalmarch, and Carthald. Morthal is the capital of Hjalmarch. It's located southeast of Solitude, along the River Hjal. Old Mjolnir lives in the marshlands nearby.
Have you dealt with anything like this before?
The Raven Watch has had to curtail rogue vampire clans, and put down feral blood fiends on occasion, but I've never dealt with anything like this before. People turning into harrow fiends, or becoming mindless harrowed. It's a nightmare.
Right, you had a theory about the effects of the harrowstorm.
Yes, but more research is required to confirm anything. Still, from what we observed here, it appears the harrowstorm produced 3 distinct results in those caught within it. It turned them into harrow fiends, or harrowed, or it simply killed them.
So, what did your vampire friend discover?
Fëanorian thinks the harrowstorms create the harrow fiends and the harrowed.
Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondolg, but it's yours now.
Inventory's full. Oh. Oh, it's not going to let me take these either because my inventory's full. All right. This I do not need. And what else? I don't need stamina recovery. Then I'll use these rings. Wait. Item set, health rings. Here we go. Left ring of the broken soul and right ring of the broken soul. That's going to increase my health by about 3,000.
So, what did your Reach witches... Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilkreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Svargrim.
Do we have enough evidence to convince the king and queen of the danger?
The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. Even with the Queen's help, there's no guarantee.
So what do we do if High King Svargrim refuses to see us?
I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Yoren specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild.
All right, let's go see the High Queen.
If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude.
Why do you think the Ice Reach Coven wants to turn people into harrow fiends?
Hey, you and Fëanorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. This connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces.
Fëanorian is going to seek help from a clever woman named Morthal.
A clever woman?
Near
Out
Morthal.
here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from Western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help Fen figure out the Coven's ritual, though, it would be her.
Should we help them with their research?
Our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Ice Reach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present our findings to the Queen.
By the way, what's a clever woman?
Clever men and women are Nords with an aptitude for magic, though most use the term to refer to practitioners of the old ways. They're rare. Not the usual adepts found at the Mages Guild. Distrust of magic runs deep in Skyrim, especially out here.
Why do the people of Skyrim distrust magic? I like magic.
Could be that the elves our ancestors fought soured our taste for magic. Or maybe there weren't enough skalds singing about wizards going to Sovngarde. Might be that Nords just prefer their natural talents. Either way, magic isn't popular here.
Alright.
Our priority remains getting an audience with
Alright, same as she said before. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll turn in the medallion there in the cave where all the priests are, and then we'll go meet up in the palace and try to talk to the king once again and try to get him to listen to reason about this threat from the Ice Reach Covenant. So thanks for watching. See you next time.